Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu on January 1st signed into law the 2024 appropriation bill at the presidential villa, Abuja. Tinubu assented to the 28.7 trillion budget shortly after he arrived in Abuja from Lagos, where he spent the past week holidaying. The budget is 1.2 trillion higher than the budget he proposed to a joint session of the National Assembly on November 29, 2023, on Friday, December 29, 2023. The Senate increased the 2024 budget by 1.2 trillion, moving the budget from 27.5 trillion to 28.7 trillion. According to the report submitted by the Appropriation Committee led by Senator Solomon Adiola, aggregated expenditure was pegged at 28 trillion naira, saturated transfers of 1 trillion, recurrent expenditure of 8.7 trillion, capital expenditure at 9.9 trillion, and GDP at 3.88%. Among those with the president while he signed were the president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajundi Abbas, and the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu. Minister of Budget and Economy Planning, Atiku Abubakar, and the National Security Advisor, Nehu Rabadu, were on hand as well.
Senate President, distinguished senators here present, the leadership in particular, Honorable Minister of Economic Planning and Budget, the Coordinating Minister of Finance and for the Economy, National Security Advisor, PS, State House, and Chief of Staff and all of you here, and the National Chairman of my party. Please forgive me, I was not looking up. I'm glad you are here. The Chair. Of course, other senior government officials. It is Happy New Year for every one of us. And I wish you a very prosperous one. It is a promising year for people to even be able to gather, put their energy in place, their thought in place, in the national interests of this country. Today, the first holiday on the calendar. Thank you very much. I want to say, when I presented the budget on the 29th of November 2023, I presented 27.5 and left room. And I called for expeditious, treatment of the budget, the review, the passing, the debate, and all of that. Today we have a budget of 28.7 trillion naira, with an increase of 1.2 trillion naira over the proposal that I submitted. I thank the National Assembly for this prompt review, adjustment, and what they deem necessary. This is an evidence and a great testament to the excellent relationship between the executive and the legislature. We should keep it up. In my address then, I remarked that the budget is a budget of renewed hope. It's anchored on reducing the deficit and increasing capital expenditure, particularly in our priority areas. the approved 2024 budget that we just approved now achieve both objectives. It contains a good increase in the capital side, a reduction in recurrent expenditure, and it brought down the deficit from 6.11% to 3.88%. That, to me, that's an achievement. Yeah, we can debate the area of economic thinking, and whether capital expenditure and reduction in the recurrent means what. It's subject of interpretation. It means a lot. It means where the hope is hanged in development, and particularly human capital development. When you pay attention to education, health, and road infrastructure, you are resuscitating the economy and making sure the ordinary people are carried along. Let me take one of it. Why we take power and steel and other projects. One of the priority areas we just passed is the 100 billion naira provision for the feeding of school children. I mean, that's a stimulant that we encourage our attendants and others. I've been meeting with local government and subnational level so that we can collaborate and jointly brought an inclusive, all-inclusive program that we have. Yes, pleased with what you've done with the judiciary and other areas. All other detail we mentioned future. I cannot, however, conclude my remark without going that a budget is only as good as its implementation. We will implement this. I want to assure the Nigerians that all the MDAs and our teams have been warned. That's why we even take our time to separate economic planning from finance. MDAs must have regular report of the budgetary performance in the area that we put in place to help ordinary Nigerians. The goal is to promote efficiency, dedication, and accountability. If you cannot do that, you may have to leave us to do the job on your behalf. Signing the Appropriation Act today is a great honor because to me as a politician and head of state, there is no holiday when I was campaigning for this job. I made a pledge that I will commit myself fully, and I thank the team members, particularly Wale Edun Atiku Bagudu, the National Assembly leadership, all of you who I know what today means to everybody. And weeks before today, when I brought the budget, is like, can we meet the 1st of January? Can we meet the end of December? All in question marks. You deliver sincerely. I have to thank you very much. And the Honorable Speaker. So if you have to travel, you can go ahead. 1st of January, and we are happy that we have a sustainable roadmap to our economic recovery. This is no beer parlor assurance. It's a very serious one to all Nigerians. The Ways and Means trouble spot is being cleared. Nigeria is going through serious financial re-engineering, and I'm glad I have this team. You're a very good team, and I thank you very much. Thank you. Whatever is left of today, go and enjoy it.
Thank you, sir.
In a latest development, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake just rocked Los Angeles hours into the new year. The quake epicenter hit just off the coast of Palos Verdes at 8:27 a.m. PT, January 1st. But people living in Hollywood and Pasadena felt it. Wild natural occurrence have battered Southern California recently, with huge waves bouncing over a seawall in Ventura last week, injuring 8 and causing dozens of nation on New Year's Eve, with the biggest reaching a 7.6 magnitude. Roads and bridges sustained major damage, while the tsunamis warning were quickly issued by the government. More than 97,000 people were forced to evacuate, according to Reuters. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu on Monday disclosed that the 2024 budget includes 100 billion allocation for the school feeding program. He made the statement during the signing of the 2024 appropriation bill into law in the State House in Abuja. Tinubu stated that the provision will serve as stimulant to encourage attendance in schools and reduce the problem of out-of-school children. He said one of the priority areas of the bill we just passed in the 100 billion provisions for the feeding of school children. He said he believes that in a stimulant that will encourage school enrollment and also address malnutrition among school children. The president also confirmed that the budget, christened Renewed Hope, is anchored and reducing the recurrent expenditure, but increasing capital expenditure. Earlier in December, President Tinubu ordered the reintroduction of the school feeding program and mandated its transfers from the Humanitarian Ministry to the Education Ministry. Finally, on the news, the Minister of Interior, Olabumi Tunji Ojo, on Monday confirmed that the passport application automation process will begin operation in January 8, 2024. The minister had announced in December that the federal government was working to ensure a full automation system of passport application in the country. At the time, the minister said the automated application system was 99% done, adding that the process would include uploading passport photos and supporting documents. Meanwhile, Ojo, while inspecting facilities of the Nigerian Immigration Service in Abuja, alongside the Comptroller General of Service Wuraola Adepoju, on Monday, confirmed that Nigerians will be able to apply and complete their passport application process online without human contact. The minister said the ministry has commenced a training process that would lead to the live launching of the automation. And that's it on the news. For more updates, kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Elizabeth Apati reporting live.